Hi, I'm Grant.
And I'm Kathy. Welcome back to our Change How You Think weekly video podcast.
If you'd like to hear from us every week, then subscribe to our video by clicking on the weekly video tab at the top of this page. Fill in the subscription form and you'll get our free ebook, Healthy Moods.
The pandemic restrictions have changed our lives. It's even hard to remember back to the old days when we were allowed to get a haircut.
Or go to a mall. Every day, the media bombards us with the number of people infected and killed by the new invisible enemy. We know that if we break any of the rules, we could get sick or even die.
As we've mentioned before, there is a second pandemic that's sweeping the globe faster and infecting more people than the virus, and that's the pandemic of fear.
We've been taught how to disinfect doorknobs, surfaces, and to boil all our groceries. But how do we disinfect ourselves and our homes from the bigger pandemic of fear?
How can you change the spiritual atmosphere of your home from fear to peace, optimism, and confidence? Well, here are 6 steps you can follow.
The first step is to realize that fear is a reaction to your interpretation of events. Your interpretation is totally under your control. So in that sense, fear is a choice that you can accept or refuse. You can choose to ignore the fear option when you hear the news.
The exception to this is if you have an anxiety or depression that makes it impossible to stop fearful thoughts. That's a physical condition where you lose thought control and can't shut your mind off. Medications can give you back control so you can turn the worry thoughts off.
The second step is to seal the access points where fear is seeping into your home. Turn off social media with all its crazy ideas and conspiracy theories. Only listen to legitimate, reputable news sources.
Step 3 is to keep shoveling fear out of your home when it sneaks in. Use this verse, 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Every time you feel anxious, quickly hand it to Jesus and get your peace back.
Step 4 is to constantly disinfect your home by practicing the directions in 1 Thessalonians 5:16, which says, "Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." Fear can't exist in that atmosphere.
Step 5 is to make the spiritual atmosphere in your home unbearable for demons so they avoid you. You do that by worshiping, and worship brings the presence of God, and demons hate that. It's demon repellent. You can play worship music in the background or just worship in your head.
Step 6 is to maintain a continuous conversation with God. When you're worshiping in the presence of Jesus, it's so much easier to ask him what he wants you to know about whatever you might be worried about.
When you practice these 6 steps, you will be well protected from pandemic fear. They are more effective than gloves, masks, and hazmat suits. Share them with your friends who are also badly infected and need to be rescued.
We want you to thrive during the pandemic, not just survive. So join our Free Your Mind weekly online video program. It's a great way to be transformed mentally, spiritually, and emotionally during lockdown. You can learn more about it by using the links below this video.
And we'll talk to you again next week. But this week, disinfect your home and give all your fears to Jesus for disposal.